So hurricane season started at the beginning of June, and we've already seen a tremendous number of storms across the country even prior to that. In Secure 2.0, there is a provision that made permanent a disaster recovery relief. What is that provision about?
So it is a new provision that's called the Qualified Disaster Recovery Distribution. And I say new in quotes because it actually just made permanent or automatic relief that Congress on an intermittent or as-needed basis had previously made available for plan participants for Katrina, for Hugo, things like that. But with Secure 2.0, we actually have some new parameters for this kind of relief.
What are those parameters?
So the first thing is that participants can take up to $22,000 under this provision. They can also have higher loan limits or loan relief. So there's loan relief. So the loan relief being a suspension for a year. And then the participant is also able to repay any distribution that they get within 3 years. And it's not subject to 10% penalty.
So can any participant use the Qualified Disaster Recovery Distribution when there's a disaster?
No. The participant has to have a principal residence in the major disaster area, and the major disaster has to have been declared by the president. And then the participant, in addition to certifying their location, they have to certify that they suffered an economic loss because of the disaster.
But an employee may self-certify the criteria that you just listed.
Yes, they may. The employer is not required to have folks who've had their belongings swept away.
Okay, so speaking of requirements, must a plan offer the Qualified Disaster Recovery Distribution?
Nope. It's one of the many optional provisions in Secure 2.0. And even if a plan does want to implement the distribution part, they don't need to implement the loan increase, or they can implement the loan and the distribution and not do repayment. But as long as they amend their plan by the deadline, the 2029 deadline for Secure 2.0.
Okay, so that's a lot of information. Yeah. Mission Square has all of this detail on its website under Secure 2.0.
Yes.
Okay, great stuff.